All right, let's talk honestly for a minute. If you've been on this channel for a while, you already know my journey. I spent a lot of time following high-yield weekly dividend ETFs like MAGY, ULTY, and WPAY. I watched payouts every week, tracked distributions, refreshed my broker app more than I'd like to admit, and convinced myself that income was the only thing that mattered. And don't get me wrong, those ETFs absolutely have a place. They're exciting, they pay frequently, and they teach you a lot about how income investing really works. But after spending real time following them, holding them, and watching how they behave in different market conditions, I realized something important. High yield alone is not a portfolio. So in this video, I want to walk you through how I would build a safer ETF portfolio after following weekly dividend ETFs. This video is not about trashing them. This is about balance, durability, and making sure your portfolio can survive more than just a good market environment. When I first started focusing on these weekly ETFs, my mindset was very short-term. I was thinking in weeks instead of years. I cared more about the next payout than what my portfolio would look like 5 or 10 years down the line. That's a dangerous way to think if you're trying to build real wealth. Weekly dividend ETFs are powerful tools, but they are tools, not foundations. They're designed to generate income, often by taking on more risk, using option strategies, leverage, or concentrated exposure. That means they can perform very well in certain environments and struggle badly in others. The problem starts when you build your entire portfolio around them. If the market turns choppy, if volatility spikes in the wrong direction, or if underlying holdings struggle, your income can drop and your capital can erode at the same time. That's a double hit. And once I fully understood that, I knew I needed a safer core. So the first change I would make is this. I would separate my portfolio into two clear parts, a core that is built for long-term stability and a satellite portion that is built for income and opportunistic yield. Let's start with the core. If I'm building a safer ETF portfolio, I want something that does not rely on weekly distributions to justify its existence. I want ETFs that have survived multiple market cycles, that grow earnings over time, and that don't require perfect conditions to function properly. This is where ETFs like VOO come in. It represents broad market exposure. It's boring. It doesn't pay weekly. It doesn't excite anyone on social media. But it quietly compounds. It owns strong businesses. It benefits from long-term economic growth. And most importantly, it gives your portfolio a backbone. When markets fall, VOO falls too, but it tends to recover because it's tied to productive companies, not financial engineering. That alone makes it an anchor for any safer portfolio. Next, I would add SCHD. It is one of the most misunderstood ETFs by people who chase high yield. It doesn't promise massive income. It doesn't pay weekly. But what it does extremely well is provide consistent, growing dividends backed by profitable companies. SCHD focuses on quality, companies with strong cash flow, companies that can afford their dividends. That means when markets get ugly, it doesn't need to slash payouts aggressively just to survive. In a safer portfolio, SCHD plays the role of dependable income. Not flashy income, reliable income. Now, once I have VOO and SCHD as a base, I already feel much more comfortable. I know my portfolio isn't completely dependent on volatility, options premiums, or leverage. I know part of my money is working quietly in the background, growing over time. From there, I can start layering in other long-term ETFs. Something like a total market ETF gives broader exposure beyond large companies. A dividend growth ETF adds another layer of income stability. Even a modest allocation to international exposure can reduce risk tied to a single market. The goal here isn't complexity. The goal is resilience. Now let's talk about where weekly ETFs fit in. This is where most people get it wrong. They either go all in on weekly income or they avoid it completely. I think both extremes miss the point. Weekly dividend ETFs belong in the satellite portion of the portfolio. That means they are there to enhance income, not define your financial future. They sit on top of a stable base, not underneath it. MAGY, for example, can be useful when market conditions support its strategy. It can boost income and give you more frequent cash flow, but it should not be responsible for paying your bills by itself unless you fully understand the risks. ULTY offers diversification across strategies, which can be helpful, but it still depends heavily on options, income, and market behavior. That makes it a complement, not a core holding. WPAY aggregates weekly income sources, which sounds great on paper, but it also means you're exposed to the collective weaknesses of those strategies when conditions turn against them. So, in a safer ETF portfolio, I would size these positions intentionally, not emotionally. I would ask myself one simple question. If distributions drop or capital declines temporarily, does my entire plan fall apart? If the answer is yes, the position is too big. Weekly income should feel like a bonus, not a lifeline. Another key change I would make is mindset. Instead of checking payouts constantly, I would focus on total portfolio health. That means looking at income, capital preservation, and growth together. It also means accepting that boring ETFs do most of the heavy lifting. This is something a lot of investors struggle with. Boring doesn't feel productive, but boring is what works over time. When you pair boring long-term ETFs with selective high-yield strategies, you get something powerful. You get income without desperation. You get growth without panic. And you get flexibility. Flexibility is underrated. If markets are favorable, you can lean more into income. If markets become unstable, your core keeps working while you reduce risk elsewhere. Another thing I do differently is reinvestment strategy. Instead of automatically reinvesting everything back into the same high-yield ETFs, I'd funnel a portion of weekly income into my core holdings. That way, the income strategies are actively strengthening the safer side of the portfolio. Over time, this creates a natural risk reduction cycle. High-yield funds generate cash, and that cash builds long-term stability. This is how you turn short-term income into long-term wealth. And finally, I'd simplify expectations. MAGY, ULTY, and WPAY are not magic. They are tools. Sometimes they work beautifully, sometimes they don't. That's not a failure. That's how financial instruments behave. The mistake is expecting them to do everything. A safer ETF portfolio doesn't rely on one strategy to succeed. It layers strategies so no single failure breaks the system. That's why VOO belongs. That's why SCHD belongs. That's why long-term ETFs matter, even if they don't trend on social media. So if I were starting over today, after following weekly dividend ETFs, this is how I'd do it. I'd build a solid, boring, dependable core with long-term ETFs that grow and pay sustainable dividends. Then I'd add weekly ETFs on top, sized responsibly, used intentionally, and treated as income enhancers rather than portfolio saviors. That's how you stay in the game long enough to win. Not by chasing every payout, not by ignoring risk, but by building something that can survive good markets, bad markets, and everything in between. That's the real goal. At the end of the day, income investing is about sustainability. It's about building something you can rely on through different market environments. It's about sleeping well at night while your portfolio works in the background. If you found this breakdown helpful, hit the like button, subscribe to Money Stick Unfiltered, and let me know in the comments how you're balancing weekly income ETFs with traditional dividend strategies in your own portfolio. I'll see you in the next video.